Welcome back to the Investing Talk podcast. We are looking at Joby Aviation today. Ticker symbol JOBY.
Oh, yeah. Joby Aviation.
They want to change how we travel, especially in cities.
Right.
You know, like all the traffic in cities.
Yeah.
They're developing like air taxis.
Yep. Electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft.
And their stock has been like going up a lot.
It has been.
Hitting a 52-week high.
A 52-week high.
So we want to see what's making the stock go up so much.
Yeah. Is it hype? Or is there something real making Joby take off?
Exactly. Let's find out.
What I think is really cool is that Joby is like tapping into this thing
Okay.
where people want better transportation.
Like better ways to get around.
Yeah.
Boom.
More sustainable, too.
Yeah.
People are tired of traffic.
Oh, totally.
And they like the idea of just like...
Flying over it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in an electric aircraft.
Yeah.
And it's not just about convenience.
Right.
It's also about helping the planet.
Okay, so less pollution.
Yeah. And making cities cleaner.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so people want this.
Yes.
But can Joby actually make it happen?
Right.
We've been hearing about flying cars forever.
I know. Like my whole life.
It's like a dream.
Yeah, a futuristic fantasy.
So what makes Joby different?
Well, technology's gotten a lot better.
Okay.
Batteries are better now.
Uh-huh.
And the electric motors and like
Yeah.
the autonomous flight stuff too.
Oh, so the planes can fly themselves?
Kinda. Yeah, they're working on that.
Wow. So Joby is using all that new tech
Exactly.
to make flying cars that could actually work.
That's the plan.
Okay, I see. But even with the tech,
Yeah.
isn't it still super hard to get these things going?
It is.
Like all the regulations and
Yeah.
safety stuff?
You're totally right. That is a big deal.
And is Joby making progress there?
Yes. They are making good progress.
Okay.
Like they got this Part 141 certification.
What's that?
It's from the FAA
Oh, okay.
for their pilot training academy.
So they can train their own pilots.
Exactly, which
Yeah.
is huge.
Why is that so important?
Well, because they can train pilots.
Yeah.
Specifically for their eVTOL aircraft.
Oh, good.
So they're ahead of other companies.
That makes sense. So they're not just building the planes.
Right.
They're also building all this stuff around it.
Yeah, all the infrastructure and expertise.
To make it all work safely.
Exactly.
That's really smart.
Huh.
Okay, but what about money?
Yes. The money question.
Are they actually making money?
That's what investors want to know.
Or is this all just a dream?
Well, their earnings report showed a loss, but analysts expected that.
Okay. So it wasn't a surprise.
Not really. Joby's still growing.
Yeah.
They're spending a lot on research and
Mhm.
development and building factories,
Oh,
so
right.
it takes time.
Right. Like Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly. It's a big project.
Okay, so investors need to be patient.
Patience is key.
But what should investors be looking for?
Well, they should watch for more regulatory approvals.
Like what?
Like they got the FAA's acceptance for their Part 5 safety management system.
What is that?
It's for like flight operations.
Okay.
And it's a big win.
Why?
Because it shows Joby is serious about safety.
Yeah.
They have a whole system
Right.
to manage risks
Makes sense.
and keep things running smoothly.
And why is that so important?
It helps them get trust.
Oh,
Okay?
from the public and the government.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Oh.
But what about competition?
Oh, yeah. Are there other companies doing this?
For sure, the eVTOL space is getting crowded.
So there are other companies making flying cars?
Yes, lots of them actually. But Joby has some advantages.
Okay, like what makes them stand out?
Well, for one, they've been doing this for a while,
Like how long?
over a decade.
Wow.
And they've done over 1,000 test flights.
That's a lot of flights.
It is. And they have a great team
Okay.
with engineers and designers from like
Yeah.
NASA, Boeing, Lockheed Martin.
Wow. So they have a lot of experience.
A lot. And their aircraft design is pretty cool too.
Yeah. What's it like?
They kept it secret for a long time.
Really?
But now we know it has 6 tilting propellers.
6.
6.
Wow. What are those for?
So it can take off vertically
Okay.
and then fly forward efficiently.
Oh, that's cool. And how far can it fly?
It has a range of over 150 miles.
Wow. That's pretty far.
And it can go up to 200 miles per hour.
200 miles an hour. That's fast.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
They're really pushing the limits.
They are. But what about the cost?
Oh, right. These flying taxis can't be cheap.
Well, Joby wants to make them affordable
Okay.
for a lot of people.
So not just for rich people.
Right. They want them to be competitive.
With like Uber and Lyft.
Exactly.
Especially for longer trips.
Okay. Where the time savings are bigger.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they're not just targeting like
Yeah.
the super,
Well, regular people to use them too.
yeah, like
Well-
everyday commuters.
That would be a huge change.
It would.
Yeah.
But let's talk about something else for a second.
Okay. What is it?
Insider trading.
Oh, yeah.
That always makes news.
Yeah, it does. We know that Eric Allison,
Who's that?
Joby's chief product officer,
Okay.
he sold some stock recently.
And that's making people suspicious.
It can, but it's important to look at the context.
Okay.
Allison sold the stock to pay taxes on some restricted stock units.
What are those?
It's like stock he got as part of his pay.
Okay.
And it's normal for executives to do that.
Oh, okay.
But here's the key thing.
Yeah.
He still owns a lot of Joby stock.
So he's not worried about the company failing.
If he were worried, he would have sold everything.
That's a good point.
Mm.
So he's confident in Joby.
Seems like it.
Okay, that's interesting. So we have a company
Yeah.
with this cool new technology,
Yep.
a strong team, regulatory momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and even insider confidence.
That's looking good.
But let's look at the numbers now.
Okay.
Let's see how Joby's doing financially.
Good idea. Let's dive into that.
All right.
Okay. So their last earnings report, they lost 18 cents a share. But, like I said before, analysts expected that. Joby's not worried about profits yet.
Right.
They're focused on growing, becoming the leader in this new market.
Okay.
They're putting money into research partnerships,
Yeah.
building up production.
That makes sense.
All that costs money up front.
Right. Okay, so they're spending money to make money,
Exactly.
which makes sense at this stage.
It does.
But they can't just keep spending forever.
Right. True. They
That's
need
not
enough
fair.
cash to last.
Yeah. What's their financial situation look like?
They're actually in a good spot.
Okay.
They have more cash than debt right now.
Oh, that's good.
Gives them a cushion
Yeah.
to handle any bumps in the road.
Makes sense.
Plus, they got a big investment from Toyota.
Really?
Yeah.
Toyota?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big name.
It is. Shows confidence from a major car company.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
Okay.
But let's look at the bigger picture.
The market.
Yeah. The S&P 500 has been up and down lately.
Volatile.
Yeah. Makes investors nervous.
It does. How could that affect Joby?
That's what I was wondering.
Well, volatility is always there, but it can create opportunities.
How so?
For investors who believe in eVTOL.
The flying car thing?
Yeah. If the market dips,
Yeah.
it could be a chance to buy Joby stock cheaper.
Oh, I see.
But remember, investing in new companies like Joby,
Yeah,
it's risky,
it is.
but the rewards could be big too.
Okay, so high risk, high reward.
Exactly.
Got it. But let's go back to eVTOL.
You want to talk market size?
Yeah, we said there's a lot of interest.
There is.
But how big is this market really going to get?
The predictions are huge.
Like, how huge?
Some analysts think it'll be trillions of dollars.
Trillions.
Trillions in the next few decades.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is. Several things are driving that growth.
Like what?
More people living in cities.
Okay.
Worries about traffic and pollution.
Makes sense.
And the technology is getting better and cheaper.
So eVTOL is becoming more realistic.
Exactly.
Okay, trillions of dollars. That's a big pie.
It is. But, like we said before, there's competition.
Yeah. Other companies want a piece of that pie.
They do. How does Joby compare?
That's the question.
Well, Joby's definitely a leader.
Okay.
They have a lot going for them.
Yeah.
Track record of innovation, strong team partnerships.
And the regulatory approvals.
Right, all those things. But there are other strong companies, too.
Like who? Which one should investors watch?
Some of the big ones are Archer Aviation,
Okay.
ticker symbol ACHR.
Got it.
Then there's Lilium, ticker symbol LILM.
LILM. Okay.
And EHang, ticker symbol EHNG.
EHNG.
Okay.
Okay. So those are the main competitors.
Yeah, each company has its own strengths.
Oh, yeah. What's different about it?
Archer is focusing on city air taxis.
Okay. Like Joby.
Yeah, Lilium wants to connect cities.
Over longer distances.
Exactly, more like regional flights.
Interesting. And EHang.
They're all about autonomous flight.
So their planes fly themselves?
Yeah, no pilot needed.
Wow. So different approaches.
Yeah, it's a diverse field. What will determine who wins?
That's what I'm wondering.
Well, safety is number one.
Makes sense.
People need to trust these flying taxis.
Right.
The public and the government.
Yeah.
So companies that focus on safety have a good track record.
Okay.
They'll have a big advantage.
That's true. Technology is important too, right?
It is. Companies need to make aircraft that are safe, reliable, efficient, and quiet.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about noise.
It's a factor.
Good.
The quieter, the better.
Definitely. Okay, safety technology. What else?
Cost is a big one.
Right. These things can't be too expensive.
Exactly. They need to be affordable.
Yeah.
For a lot of people.
So companies need to figure out how to...
Bring down the costs.
Yeah. Make them in large numbers.
Exactly. Economies of scale.
That's important.
Yeah.
So it's not enough to just build a cool flying car.
Nope.
It has to be a good business, too,
Right. It's where the rubber meets the road.
where the rotor meets the sky.
Exactly.
Huh.
But let's focus back on Joby.
Okay.
What are some of the risks they face?
What could go wrong?
Scaling up production's gonna be tough.
Oh, yeah. Getting enough planes built.
Exactly. To meet demand.
Right. Because if this takes off,
Yeah.
they'll need a lot of planes.
They will. They need to build more factories.
Uh-huh.
Get their supply chain running smoothly.
And make sure they can build enough planes.
Yeah, fast enough to keep up with orders.
Right. So it's one thing to have a prototype,
It is.
but making thousands of planes?
That's a whole other challenge.
Totally. What else could be a problem?
Public acceptance is big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
People need to be okay
They're
with
flying taxis.
zipping around over their heads.
Yeah. Some people might be worried about.
Like the noise?
Yeah, the noise.
Yeah.
The safety privacy, too.
Yeah. Makes sense. So Joby needs to show people
They need to show everyone.
that it's safe and not annoying.
Exactly. And that it won't invade their privacy.
Yeah. Because it's cool to think about,
Yeah.
but actually having them in our lives.
That's different.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Any other roadblocks?
The regulations could change.
Oh, right. The government rules.
Exactly. They're
Yeah.
always changing.
And that could affect Joby.
It could make things harder.
Or more expensive?
Yeah, exactly. So they need to be flexible
Ready to adapt.
to whatever comes their way.
Okay. So scaling production, public acceptance regulations.
Those are the big ones.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But let's be optimistic for a second.
Okay.
What if Joby figures all this out?
What if they overcome the challenges?
What does the future look like then?
It could be amazing. Think about it.
Yeah.
No more traffic jams.
Just hop in a flying taxi.
Exactly. And get
Absolutely.
where you need to go.
So much faster.
So much. And Joby could be huge.
The biggest transportation company in the world.
Potentially.
Yeah,
Connecting people in a whole new way.
that's exciting. But it's a big if.
It is. A lot has to go right.
So for investors thinking about Joby,
Yeah. What should they know?
what's the takeaway?
Joby's a really interesting company. They
Yeah.
have this amazing technology.
Right.
They're in a market that's growing like
Some
crazy.
zillions of dollars.
Yeah. They've got a great team.
They've got the tech,
Partnerships, regulatory wins. It's all there.
but they also have these big challenges.
They do.
Scaling productions,
Great.
public acceptance regulations.
Right.
It's a lot to handle.
So investors need to weigh the risks and rewards
Fearfully.
before they decide.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Ah.
Think about your risk tolerance
Exactly.
and talk to a financial advisor.
Always good advice.
But one thing's for sure,
What's that?
Joby's a company to watch.
I agree.
Their journey's going to be exciting.
It will. And that's it for this episode of the Investing Talk podcast.
We hope you enjoyed our look at Joby Aviation. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share this episode with your friends, and leave a comment below. Let us know what you think about Joby. Until next time, happy investing.